October garden tour, the end of the garden season. Hello, welcome to 7 Savings Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you are new here, please follow me so that you get updated with all upcoming videos. Hello everybody, it's October, the last month of the garden season, and as you can see, the leaves are turning. You can see the leaves and started falling already. Everything is going down, so I'm just gonna give you guys a quick tour of the garden. We had some cold frost already, and as you can see here, we had frost last night, and it just killed the tips of the cold, just killed the tips of the plants. So even though some of them the bottom leaves are still okay, but most of the plants are dead, except plants like these parsley and some onions and a few other spinach and kale that survive cold weather and can continue thriving, but the rest of the plants are dead. We still had some tomatoes growing. We still have a few of the tomatoes that were still growing, but as you can see, the leaves of most of them are gone. You can see even the peppers that I have here, the leaves and even the ones that were getting ripe, they're all bad. We have some pumpkins. I still have to harvest my pumpkins. We have pumpkins you're gonna see throughout the garden. We still have quite a few pumpkins in the garden that we need to harvest. We haven't harvested any of them yet, so we're gonna try to harvest them and try to save them. But like I said, most of the top leaves for the tropical plants are all gone. The only one that I was able to cover before the cold weather really came was this top raised bed cover that I did. I used plastic to cover it. I made a frame. See if we can I'll put up the video. Maybe next video I'm gonna put up is how I made this raised bed cover. But let me just open it and show you guys. Inside is still thriving, it's still good. You can see the plants inside are still nice and fresh. You can see the temperature, the warm temperature in here. All the plants in here are still fine because of the covering that I made. This is the only one that I covered, and the other raised beds I covered them later on the next day when the plants had already been shocked at the top with the frost. And so, but these ones are, like I said, this one is good. They're still doing well. So the covering, plastic covering, helps it out. During the day it warms up a lot, at night it cools down, but it's still, the covering protects it. You can see with the water leaf over here. This one, I think because it was in the enclosed area, it didn't get affected as much. But all the other ones, look at this, is the bekang over here. All the bekang over here is gone. Even the water leaf that we have in here, this one I covered it later on. So most of the tip were gone, but we have a few other plants in there that we try to see if we can be able to recover and get some few things from there. Over here you can see the kale. Kale is still fine. Kale does well in the cold temperature, so the kale is still fine. It's still growing. We can continue harvesting. Same with the parsley and the other kale that we have over here. You can see all the pumpkin leaves are all gone, but we still have a few pumpkins. You can see this is one of them right here. This is a huge pumpkin. We still have a few pumpkins over here that we need to go in there and just harvest the pumpkins. So we have quite a few pumpkins in here. Down over here we have more pumpkins right here, so that we need to harvest. We have a couple of pumpkins over here, and same thing over here. We have a few pumpkins that we need to harvest. But you can see there's an eggplant right here. The eggplant, the leaves the leaves are gone, but at least the eggplants are still okay. They're still fine. So we're gonna try to see if we can maybe harvest them very soon. I think we're not gonna have any frost again for another week, so within the next week we should be able to harvest the eggplants that we have hanging on the plants. But the leaves are gone. They're not gonna produce any more leaves because of the temperature. Then over here we had all these sections has been covered with weeds. So since it's coming to the end of the season, there's no need trying to weed the garden and stuff. I didn't cover them with leaves in the mid-season like I usually. Over here we have the water leaf beds. Over here you can see all the water leaf are all done. They're dead because of the cold. Even this one, I covered this one late a day afterwards, and you can see inside the leaves on the top are dead, but the bottom are still okay. So I just covered it like this to see if I can maybe give us a little bit of time to harvest the leaves for the other ones that are at the bottom, or a few that are still surviving. Same with what we have over here in the containers. You can see all the sweet bitter leaf or bekang is gone. The water leaf, these other ones that are trying to come out, produce new leaves, they are okay, but I don't think they're gonna do that much well because of the temperature. The huckleberry, the leaves are okay. I think they survived. The huckleberry survived the cold. The cold weather didn't kill them yet, so they're still okay. The carrots and these other ones over here, I think they're a little bit protected with the shade or the area where they are. But you can see the anchia. The anchia leaves are all gone. You see the leaves, they're all dead. See, the leaves are all dead, so we're not gonna be able to harvest any of the anchias outside anymore. That's it for the season. And over here we have kale. Kale is fine. Kale is cold weather crops, so they survive the cold weather. We can continue to harvest them till like maybe November or December, and then in the spring they'll pop up by themselves again, and we should be able to harvest them. Same with spinach. Same thing. Spinach is fine. Cold weather, they can resist the cold weather. They can continue growing in the cold weather. But the rest of the tropical plants that we grow, they're all dead. You can see we have a huge pumpkin over here that we still, like I said, we have a lot of pumpkins in the garden that we need to harvest. You can see the size of this pumpkin that we need to harvest. It's a smaller one over there. So we have quite a few pumpkins that we need to harvest. We had a lot of pumpkins coming out and a lot of pumpkins that we need to harvest. On this side over here, we have the kale, we have the huckleberry that are still okay. The huckleberries, like I said, at least they can resist the cold a little bit better than all the other tropical plants. But this side of the garden was emptied and ready to go for next year, so I was able to cover them up a little bit with some leaves and grass clippings, so a lot of weeds are not coming out over here. But that is the garden. The garden is done. Most of it anyway is done for this year. So what we're going to be doing right now is thinking about next growing season and preparing for the winter. And when we start seeds again later on, then we're gonna be able to start thinking about the garden maybe like in April when the temperature starts warming up. And over here we have on the side of the house, let me just show you. You can see all the leaves on the ground from all the leaves falling. So on the side of the house over here, since this side is a little bit shaded, it's a little bit protected with the raised bed. Over here is underneath the raised bed, it got protected. These ones are okay. They didn't have any wind because it's shaded by the house, and the trees in this enclosure, the lot of cold wind didn't go through these plants over here, so these ones are still fine. So next time we're gonna have any cold frost or cold temperature below 38, we're gonna try to see if we can cover it so that we can try to continue harvesting it maybe till like November. So that is it for you can see the tomatoes. Still have some tomatoes hanging, even though the leaves have gone. We still have quite a few tomatoes hanging on it. So hopefully we'll get the tomatoes ripe, and then we can harvest it. That would at least help us. So that is it for the garden. The garden is done. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, smash the like button. If you're not following me yet, follow me for more videos like this, and don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. Happy growing, everybody.